Okay, so where would I think MJism would be in the future? How would it hold up? I think that if MJism was to be more spread out and more people knew about MJism, it would be very popular among like the teenage population and population in high school. Because a lot of kids forget the fact that they didn't choose their religion. They were put into it. They were forced into their religion based on their parents, even though they were born an individual. And MJism believes that they shouldn't be technically brainwashed into a religion that they don't know if they believe in. It's just what they're hearing from their parents, and when they go to church, it's what they hear. So MJism believes that the children should be able to grow and experience all different types of cultures and investigate and read about them and choose their own method of religion or their own way of thinking before their parents just put them into one. And if this was the case, if this did happen where the parents allowed their kids to really make their own decisions and choose their own religion, it may so happen that the children decide to choose a different religion or a different way of thinking than their parents. And MJism requires that everyone treats each other with respect, no matter each other's differences. And so there issues might come up when the child decides that he wants to be a different religion than his or her parents because he doesn't believe in his or her parents' religion. And then comes in the issue of respect. Are the parents going to respect their child for having a different religion? Is the child going to respect his parents for believing in something different than he or she does? It's all about respect. And if everybody respects each other, then there won't be any problems and everybody will allow to be an individual. So, but I really do think that in the future, if more people were to know about MJism, they would really consider it because it really allows for human beings and for human beings to really be who they were put on this earth to be. They're not made into what their parents want them to be. And I think that a lot of young adults would really respect that. Another way to put MJism in kind of a metaphoric way is, imagine if a baby was born, and they came out as a boy. And the parents did not dress the boy like a boy. He dressed them in neutral clothes, could be a boy or a girl, his whole life. Let the child determine whether or not he wanted to cut his hair, put the boy in co-ed sports, and the boy ended up thinking that he was a girl because he had been trained, or he hadn't been trained because he had been given the option to choose his gender because his parents didn't choose it for him. Even though he was technically a boy, he thought he was a girl. So he's being an individual because he was made to be a girl even though he came out in a boy form. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong, according to MJism, technically being a boy and acting like a girl, or claiming yourself as a girl. There's nothing wrong with that because you're being an individual and you're being who you were meant to be. And so that's what it is. It has a lot to do with the parents, and that the parents give their children the option to choose what they want to believe in. So that's it for MJism. And I think that MJism is a very good way. MJism is a very sophisticated way of thinking, and it leaves a lot of room to make a lot of options, and you not have to force yourself or rush yourself into anything. And living in the United States of America, you have that option. And as an individual, you have the right to be whoever you want to be, and you're not forced to do anything. And so MJism is all about being an individual and choosing your path and who you want to be and where you want to go with your life.